everyone. Welcome to Snyk Partner Day. We are so excited to have you here for one of the first sessions of the week. We have some great content ahead and can't wait to see what everyone has prepared for the conference. This session is called From Discovery to Deal Registration, Identifying and Qualifying a Snyk Opportunity. I'm Courtney Broadwell, our Global Director of Channels here at Snyk. I've been with Snyk for right over 2 years, and I'm based in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, but I'm not a college basketball fan. I'm a proud Georgia Bulldog. I've been in channel sales for over 10 years now, and I love all that I've been able to learn in the last 2 years with you about application security. And I am so excited about the enthusiasm we see within our partner community. We're investing heavily in the partner space and can't wait to partner more with you. And Paul?
Yes, I'm Paul Harland, a channel solutions architect here at Snyk. I've been at Snyk just coming up to 2 years now and started off my role as a solutions engineer. So I've got experience in talking to end customers as well as channel partners. I'm very excited to be here today and looking forward to delivering this to you.
Great, thanks, Paul. And in this session, we'll discuss how you can effectively identify a Snyk opportunity and how to best engage with the Snyk sales team to win. We really want to help you get set up for success from the beginning and understand how to qualify and bring a Snyk opportunity to help your clients achieve the best outcomes possible. And please feel free to pop any questions into the chat and we'll get to them as soon as we see them. And I wanted to help you understand some of the buzzwords that you should be listening for when you're chatting with a customer. You probably hear some of these every day in conversations, either internally or externally, like Azure and AWS, Kubernetes, Terraform, and some of the others on the screen. You probably have many customers that are searching for solutions to help with securing development. And let's dive deeper into the qualification process so you're equipped to help them. And to help you understand how to best qualify a deal, it's important to understand who the personas are that we're working with within the client. I'll walk you through our 4 most common personas that we see when we're working with our clients. That first persona that we often come across is the security leader. So this could be a CISO, a VP of security, or a director of IT security. And she owns all of IT security and is responsible for reporting the state of security in their company up to the senior leadership and the governing bodies of the organization. And they really want to avoid being breached while supporting the organization's digital transformation and growth. And that is really hard to balance for many security leaders because these 2 goals can be at odds with each other. And Snyk helps minimize the risk while supporting innovation and speed within the organization. The second persona falls into application security. And titles for this persona could be application security admin, security analyst, or a security manager. She owns responsibility for ensuring that applications are securely deployed without impacting the business. And they need to be able to measure the state of the security posture of applications and report on it to support regulatory compliance requirements around security. And these roles are often understaffed compared to the number of developers she supports. And Snyk helps these folks scale application security with a developer-first approach to enable developers to secure easily as they build to give the application security folks the visibility and the control that they need to manage and govern the process, or herd the cats, if you will. And then we move to the other side of the organization, and we run into DevOps and DevSecOps roles. And these titles could be DevOps engineers or architects, reliability engineers, platform engineers, or build engineers. And she is in a cross-functional role that's combining the skill set of developers and operations teams. And she helps speed up development, deliver new services to production, and ensures reliability for the application and infrastructure. And they need to integrate security into developer workflows with as little friction and as much uptake in usage as possible. And Snyk secures code, containers, and the configuration of the application and infrastructure throughout development to enable developers and DevOps to create safer applications. And finally, we get to the developer. This persona is a big focus for Snyk, and we want to give her a great experience because they will be consistently hands-on with Snyk. And she builds high-quality, secure software that complies with coding standards and technical design by executing the full software development lifecycle. They deliver functional and secure code on time with an increasing pace. So these developers and that fast speed at which they're working really helps keep their organization competitive. And they don't want to be slowed down by security. And Snyk allows developers to take greater security ownership by helping them easily find and fix vulnerabilities in their open source dependencies and containers. So we also help prevent introducing security bugs in their own code that they're writing. So essentially, we're just ensuring that applications are being built securely before they enter production. And we sometimes see other personas get involved in our sales process, but these are the main four that are helping us drive a project forward. So we can't win unless we have the buy-in of security and development, and that's really important to keep in mind. If you can help us get in front of the security teams, we can absolutely help you get to development and vice versa. We can help you grow within your accounts and become more relevant as you help solve major challenges for them. We'd love to hear from you if you see any other common personas, as the industry is always changing. And now I'll pass it back to Paul to talk about qualification and the deal cycle.
Thank you, Courtney. Exactly. Now we're talking about qualification and the deal cycle. We're not here to talk about sales methodologies. After all, you'll follow your own and you're an expert in that. But we can help you navigate the Snyk sales cycle and give you a few pointers along the way as well. Now, there's nothing worse than going to a first meeting with a prospect completely unprepared. So ahead of every first meeting, I like to research both the organization and the individuals. First thing I want to look at is, from the organization, what vertical are they in? Are they fintech? Are they a consumer product? Are they a tech business? In fact, are they a B2B or B2C prospect as well? Now, what we want to know is this a competitive vertical? If so, then they are looking to gain an edge against their competitors. This is usually by app development speed, new features, bringing releases to market faster than their competitors. And then we can talk about how Snyk can help them achieve that. Also, compliance. Are they in a sector which requires compliance to certain frameworks? Again, if so, we can talk about how Snyk can help them maintain compliance through that development process without slowing them down. Are they security conscious in terms of their digital transformation as well? Now, you may think that everybody is, but take this, for instance, an advertising agency with lots of developers and creatives. They may just be creating some brochureware or some single page applications which don't have customer data, and therefore they're not heavily reliant on security. So we want to know, do these people actually deal with data that requires security around the application? Now, next thing I like to do, and this requires a bit of time, is look at the website and the mobile applications. Actually download the mobile application if there is one. I'll try and create an account and I'll use it as well. This just helps you understand that customer's business more before you even go and speak to them. You're looking for things like, can you log in? Is there a secure account part to this website or mobile application? And from that, you know that they store customer details. They may store payment information and other information about that customer as well. Therefore, they'll be very interested in being more secure going forward. Another great place to look is developer or DevOps job opportunities. From this, you can understand, actually, are they growing? i.e., are there a lot of job opportunities out there? But also, you can really start to understand the stack. You can start to look for the keywords that Courtney mentioned before. So Terraform, AWS, all of these types of scripts, Kubernetes, you want to be looking for keywords like this, and then you'll know they're either undergoing or have undergone that cloud transformation. Lastly, I like to look at the corporate website, especially if it's a public listed company, because the chairman will often have a letter that outlines their next year's strategy. From this, you can understand, are there expansion plans to different markets? Is there a digital transformation plan as well? And you can always play this back during that first meeting, saying, we can actually help you achieve your chairman's vision for the next year or so. Second, I like to look and research the people as well. Understand not just their current role, but where have they come from. If they're a CISO now, but we're a developer, they're more focused on that development team actually being able to create secure applications, keeping the data secure. So it really helps you understand that person's motivations for when you do finally meet them. Okay, next slide, please, Courtney. So now you're on to the discovery qualification meeting. And we all know these are as much about the motivations of the individuals as they are about the business. And again, I'm not here to teach you how to run these sessions, but I have been running them for a long time, so I do have a few pointers. Number one is this: do not talk about a solution before you know they even have a problem. This is the number one cardinal sin, and I've not heard it at Snyk, very thankfully, but I've heard it before in the past. It's, hi, I'm here selling the market leading solution. It's on Gartner's magic roundabout. How many licenses do you want? That's not going to fly in the modern world. So you have to actually talk to that person with genuine interest. And that's my second point. When you're talking to a prospect, you really want to find out and speak to them as a human. You're not just waiting for your turn to talk. Now, I know this is hard sometimes if it's like the 5th meeting of the day, but as sales professionals, really our time in front of the customer is the most important time that we have, and we need to treat it with the respect that it deserves. So that means no doing other tasks. Slack message or emails need to stop. You need to pay attention and be interested even when you're not the one speaking. So again, not doing these peripheral tasks that can wait until after the customer has left the call. And again, an extra little thing that I like to do is I take notes with a pen and paper. That way the customer knows I'm actually taking notes about what they're saying and not doing those peripheral tasks on a different screen. Third thing is dig deep. Quite often when you're speaking to a customer and they'll tell you about a problem they have, you can stop there. You can say, okay, I know the problem now. But if you dig deep into this problem and try and find out actually what trouble does this problem cause in the business? What's the root cause? And you can actually lead and work through that problem with the prospect and actually sometimes find a solution. Quite often they'll find that solution themselves, and that's where you can come and say, well, we can help you with that. The Snyk is the right solution that can help you solve that problem, because obviously you'll be talking about DevOps type problems. Okay, so after you've done that discovery qualification meeting, next slide, please, Courtney. We're talking about deal registration. So you need to go ahead probably straight away and register that deal as soon as you've spoken to that customer, because the chances are they'll be interested. They'll go onto the Snyk website, they'll download some PDFs, they may even create a free account. And what we want to make sure is that deal is registered to you, and that means our internal outbound marketing and sales team will not approach that prospect or customer. Therefore, there's no mixed messages. So please make sure that you register that deal. We then know it's yours, and we will contact you and help you understand what the next steps are about that opportunity. Okay, next step, please, Courtney. So the follow-up, again, really important. Always follow up promptly and with the correct information. So if you've been taking good notes, you know what questions you didn't answer or where you want to provide extra information as well. So I always, in fact, enjoy at least one question that I can't answer. That way I can follow up. I can start an extra conversation outside of the first meeting, perhaps with a wider group of people as well. What you can send is some resources that are useful. We've got the Snyk one-pager available on the partner portal, our Gartner visionary blog post, which shows where we are in the competitive space. But also, I like to try and get other people involved in these conversations by asking the prospect, is there anyone else who'd benefit from this conversation we're having now? Would you like to include them? And that's when you start thinking about, okay, let's start working out what a pilot would look like, which is the next step, please, Courtney. So Snyk pilots are not just let's give somebody some free licenses, come back in a few weeks and see how they've done. They are very guided. We work together with the team on the pilot, and they're very structured in that sense as well. So first of all, we want to understand the timelines. Do you have the time and resource available now to run this pilot? If not, when is the best opportune time for yourselves? We also want to set some success criteria that we can measure. So we work with the customer to understand from the problems we gain during that discovery process, how we can turn those into success criteria. There's also some motivations from the individual and the business. That's why now. What is your compelling reason to act now? If there's not one, chances are even a successful pilot may not go through to purchase because there's no compelling reason. And again, the budget. If there's no budget, obviously there's going to be no licenses. So we need to know that they are serious about this pilot, and it's not just a science project. Lastly, your Snyk team. You will not be left alone to run pilots. And in fact, we can run the pilot for you from start to end. You can also be involved as much as or as little in these pilots, so you can start to add value to that customer along the other services that you may provide as well. So please reach out to the Snyk team, ask them how they run pilots, do it alongside with them, and then eventually you may be even running pilots yourself further down the line. Okay, after the pilot or towards the end of the pilot, we then want to introduce, next slide please, Courtney, the prospect to the customer success team. And this is my favorite part of the pilot, and it often gets quite a shock really from the customer, understanding that we have technical customer success managers that are assigned to an account to make sure that when Snyk is purchased, it's deployed, it's adopted, and it's used correctly throughout the business. Now, this is not a paid service. This is something that we provide our customers because we're not just here to sell licenses. We're here to start a partnership that can help that customer develop fast and stay secure. So the customer success manager will be introduced. They'll talk about what rollout looks like, what stakeholders we should have on each side, what the timelines look like, and again, what the success criteria looks like. And this gives the customer a real understanding of what's going to happen after they've purchased the license. It also gets them thinking in terms of their own business, what they'll need in terms of resources. And from this, you can actually gauge interest. When this pilot ends, is the customer actually interested in implementing? Have they already introduced us to the stakeholders? Have they already thought about the teams that want to deploy Snyk first? And if you're getting that real interest about the deployment, then you know this is going to be a good pilot as well. Okay, so that was the Snyk sales process. The main thing to point out is the Snyk team are always here to help you. We can jump on a call, talk about a prospect before you've even met them, after the discovery call, to plan a pilot, through the pilot, all the way through to customer success and licensing. And with that, I'll hand over back to Courtney. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Paul. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how Snyk is licensed. I know that this is a common question that we get from both customers and partners, one of the first things that folks ask. And Snyk is licensed per contributing developer. And we define that as a developer that's made a commit to a private repo monitored by Snyk in the last 90 days. So we do not count contributions to open source repos. That's important to point out. And from a plan perspective, we have 4 plans that are available that you can see here on the screen, including a freemium product with support for unlimited developers, but it is limited with the number of tests per month. And many companies will get a taste for Snyk with this free product and want to expand. So it's a really great lead generation tool for us. And we also have a team plan that's really meant to support around 5 developers, a business plan that is best for teams of around 25 developers, and an enterprise plan that's geared towards 25 or more developers. So each level provides different products and feature sets to best support different size development teams and their needs. And our enterprise plan is obviously our most feature-rich plan that includes all 4 products with pieces like license policy management, security policy management, and a designated customer success manager like Paul talked about. So this is typically what we see our partners providing to the customer. And we will also help your customer grow into plans as they continue to invest in modern development. If they would like to start off with a smaller plan, we do see customers start with the free tool and then move to the business tool. And then once their development team grows, we help them up level to the enterprise edition. And this is all listed on our website, snyk.io, with details on what's included with the plan. And we're happy to help qualify which would be best for your customer when you reach out, or if you input a deal registration, we'll get in touch with you. And on our portal, where you can register deals, you'll find all types of resources to help support you in your mission. And we strongly suggest that you go register on the portal on partners.snyk.io after this session to get started. We have some basic and advanced sales and technical training, along with certifications that we would love for you to participate in. And if you do one of those certifications, please share your certification badge on LinkedIn, and we'll be sure to send you a swag kit. So you'll also find resources like cheat sheets with those buzzwords that I showed earlier, persona information, battle cards, success stories, better together messaging around our alliance partnerships. And we've got marketing resources, current incentives that are always updated, and technical bulletins that are consistently updated. So check it out when you get a chance today. And wanted to quickly cover a campaign that we're running through the rest of 2021 called the Snyk Kickstart campaign. And we've got a few different activities that you can drive and participate in, and we have different payout levels based on the type of account. So we have a list called the Snyk 200, which is our top 200 target accounts around the globe. We have an enterprise bounty list, which is basically the 301 or the 201 to 500 accounts that we're targeting. And again, like I mentioned, we'll give you a spiff and an incentive if you help set the meeting. But even if you didn't help set the meeting and we pull you in, we'll still pay out the margin incentives and the gift cards for POC participation from your architect for helping us close the deal. And there's more incentives that we update quarterly and monthly. So I advise you to go check that out on the portal. And we really appreciate you spending some time with us today, and we look forward to selling together. We had some really great questions in the chat, and we just encourage you to participate in the other Partner Day and SneakCon sessions. And wanted to remind you of the roadmap session and Executive Ask Me Anything that's coming up, along with the Alliance Ecosystem Showcase later today. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of SneakCon, and I hope you enjoyed the session today.